Welcome back to the boys' trip to the tip, and we are on day 12, currently at Moreton Telegraph Station up in Cape York, which means we can tick off campsite 11. The Hilux fuel bill is up to $738 for the trip. Today's going to be a big day, so we're up nice and early, getting stuck in and packing up camp because I've got a few mechanical problems to deal with. At this stage, we're not sure what's going to happen.
Something looks like it's missing.
This is just routine maintenance.
I can't put my finger on it because it's not there.
So we are at Moreton Station on the PDR, just before the old Teletrack entrance. Thought we'd stay here before Frenchman's, which is today's mission.
It is today's mission. The alien's slightly wounded, but we think it'll be all right.
If you saw yesterday, you'll know that we had a hard object
Attack the oil cooler for the transmission.
Not much you can do about that, really. It has a grill on and everything in front. It's just gone through the gap and smacked this.
Just one of those unlucky ones, I think. And it seems to be holding, we think. There's no oil under the car dripping, so...
Luckily, the 8-speed boys have heaps of spare
transmission oil.
Yeah. I brought a litre, but it didn't even go to the empty line.
Usually there's showers here. They're quite funny. You walk in, it's just a curtain on the right and a curtain on the left. You get changed in the middle. So if you both get out to get changed at the same time, it's going to get a little awkward. It's very intimate shower. It's quite funny. I was like...
Been working with Bowden's, the legends on the coast, with the car care products, and they asked me to bring this car back dirty. Well, mission accomplished. Mission accomplished.
It's going to be a tough old job getting this bad boy clean again. But Bowden's, unreal, those guys. And they're like, we want the challenge. So I'm like, okay.
Here it comes.
Bring it back as dirty as possible, they said. Mission accomplished.
Alrighty guys, transmission fluid is topped up and I've gone over all the high steer suspension components and everything because it's all rattling loose on the corrugation, so pretty important you look at that. Head over to the western entrance of the Frenchman's track and get stuck into it.
Doesn't look good, we haven't even got our camp yet and there's hands on the head. You guys look like council workers. Pissing out oil still.
I reckon that would even make the cans if you just drove the road.
Oh, it's that fast. That's pretty well lit. Oh, look at all the fluid coming out the bottom. Oh, you
He just watched it happen and he's been done.
I didn't see that happen.
Oh, didn't you?
Damn it!
Time to conduct a few on-the-road bush mechanic procedures here. Turns out the first time we fixed this, it didn't even come close. So Dan's trying to crimp either side of the leak, and we're going to throw a bit of solder in, as well as good old JB Weld.
All right, we back on the road or what?
Just about. Just put the number plate on. Don't listen to negative Nancy over here. Marty, let's go hit Frenchmans.
Yeah!
Oh, no, Wenlock got me Frenchman sunnies on because I look like, you know, Tour de France. Tour de France.
I look fast.
I am fast. I'm super fast. You see my calves when I put these on. They just like go heaps bigger.
Frenchman track. Seems like the trans cooler is operating. Who's that? Pirate Camp guy.
James.
James has been here. It looks like a lot of people have been.
Yeah, it seems my front diff is low on diff oil. I don't know why.
Because it's not in there anymore.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah. I'm here every day. Time for a bit of on-the-road mechanical maintenance on the dad bus as well. So while we're waiting around, we did a bit of a cleanup, which actually came in handy to create a little funnel to get the oil back into the diff. 5 minutes work and we're good to keep going.
Your car keep ejecting all of its differential fluid.
Just doesn't want to have diffs.
Because the last few diffs told the new ones what happened to them and they want to get out of here.
Welcome to the western entrance to the Frenchman's track, which is approximately just over 50 k's in length. The western side we're starting on here is all pretty basic, however, not long until you run into your first river, the Wenlock.
Yeah, this must be, well, we're going from west to east, so I'm assuming this is normally an exit. Be a pretty wild little exit, actually. But we're just going to drop into her.
Turns out we're visiting while the track is remarkably dry. I have seen videos of this where it is pretty wet and slippery. Also, the Wenlock itself can easily be impassable. However, for our visit, it is a walk in the park. If you've been keeping up with the Cape York series, you'll know we've got 4 Toyotas in the convoy. Mac is in the dual cab 79 dad bus. Alex is here in the 80 series, which has an LS in it. We've also got Dan in his single cab cruiser, which also has an 8-speed transmission. And then I'm in the old LN Hilux, which actually has the newer model Hilux 1KD engine. As you can see today, the river is relatively low and easy to cross. However, it is known to have a healthy population of crocodiles. So take care when checking the depth here and be safe. Shallow enough to walk with your boots. Maybe not.
Lovely water, I'll tell you.
Yeah, so we're doing this track west to east. I think from what I've seen online, most people come the other way, but oh well.
Yeah, I think everyone does on the way up.
We like to do it differently.
So far, pretty easy.
What are you doing, left or right here? I can't quite see what we're up against.
We've got a bit of a gunshot on the left, but we're going up. Or we've got a bit of a angled gunshot on the right. Oh!
Keep going.
I don't have my boardies on. I might stop there. Yeah, this will be wild. I'm heaps going to hit the bank. I'm just going to lean over and just scrape that bank.
It's pretty soft on this side too. Not as bad as the right.
Yeah, TJ, I wouldn't walk in here if you don't have your boardies on. We've decided I'm not going to go first for once because my 37s keep chewing holes and then TJ gets stuck in them. So we're going to send the 80 series first. Alex is keen to make some noise. And he's got a winch. Buckton doesn't have the winch, so he's not going first, even though he tried to. And I was like, that's a bad idea. Make some noise.
So I put a first kind of real obstacle on this track. Frenchmans, let's go. I hit her in second low.
Don't muck it up, mate!
No pressure. Everyone got through. We lost another hub stud.
Oh no!
I'll go find it. Very off camber track just here, or there is a mud hole. I'm going to go the mud hole because I want my car to tip over.
All in a day's work, Bucky.
Hey, now I guess we just got to wait here so we can pull old Preston out.
It seems old Macca has underestimated the 1 metre drop directly into the mud, and now he is very stuck.
Well, I'm getting pretty good at this soft track, I think, aren't I?
turning it into an absolute mess.
That's got a little bit wild, didn't it?
In hindsight, maybe not the track.
Not the way to go. Definitely not the play, that one. Like, you think you're good, and then you're not.
Pushing on further into the track, there's a few little water crossings to contend with, dirt roads and some reasonably mild rock gardens. All in all, pretty basic four-wheel driving. However, the anticipation for the final river crossing is building, and we do wonder how deep it's going to be. If you've been enjoying the boys' trip to the tip, our Cape York series, and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do, because all these videos are coming out daily. And I've created a complete playlist which we're adding to each and every day. It really helps the channel out a load if you do. We're starting to get to the end of the track here, so all in all, a pretty easy and relaxing pick your own adventures sort of a trail, and I do highly recommend if you're in the area to come check out Frenchmans, although we have had probably the best conditions you could ask for. We just ran into a few people coming the other way. They reckon it's only about 10 minutes further, and we're at the biggest river crossing of today. Welcome to the mighty Pasco River, a crossing that demands both respect and a little bit of attention. As we roll in, we're immediately greeted with a sharp descent littered with jagged rocks. A good test of the niddos and the superior suspension. It's here the track stops being a casual drive and starts throwing in a few challenges, calling for either a touch of off-road experience or probably a good spotter to help get you through without damage. The anticipation is building, as we are all well aware that this crossing is fast flowing, deep, and has a history of catching people out. So we're just waiting for this crew to get through for 200. There is like 20 motorbikes up there, and they just come across on this zip line. Ha! Although a little bit concerning, because it means it's too deep for a bike. It turns out there was a crew just ahead of us down at the water who had been conducting a bit of a plan on how to get their vehicles across. They'd done a walk and were confident that 200 had what it takes to get across, so he started making the journey across. However, there does seem to be a sneaky rock on the passenger side toward the other side of the crossing, and it can catch you out.
Famous last words. I don't need a spot. Coming down. Boys coming downtown. Oh, ooh, ooh. That was a little bit how you going, wasn't it? Ooh, brother. There we go. Just level down again. Yeah. Oh, now we're going back up. Get out of here, leave.
First up to tackle the Pasco is Macca, and after watching the few vehicles in the other convoy ahead of us get through unscathed, confidence is high that he'll cruise through this without any dramas. True to form, Macca isn't just driving, he turned the dad bus into the Pasco Uber, offering a complimentary ferry service.
Hello, your Uber's here.
Mate, this is the best Uber driver I've had in my life. So nice.
Who have we got?
I'm Debbie.
Debbie, nice to meet you, Debbie.
Nice
I'm
to
Matt.
meet
You don't mind me on camera, Deb?
I'm no problem at all. I have a smile on my face because we're across the river.
Doesn't have to swim. All right, let's do it. Oh, there's that rock.
She'd hung back to capture some footage of the crew as they powered through, and now she's hitching a ride with Mac to complete the crossing herself.
Woo! Thank you so much.
We made it.
Woo! Woo!
Alright, got everything on my chair. Gonna definitely get water in this one.
I'm up next in the mighty LN, and after seeing how deep the water can get here, I've lifted everything off my floor. I've got a strong feeling I'm getting water in on this crossing, and it is one of the reasons I prepped for this trip with vinyl instead of carpet. I've also forgotten to pull the fuse out for my thermo fans, which, well, we all know what's going to happen. That's going to pop the fuse for sure.
Just remember, should I do that fan?
No, I reckon you're fine. Yes. Is your winch ready?
As I hit the deepest point, I can feel the water splashing through the transmission. However,
That's deep.
all in all, I'm very surprised not that much water even got in.
That was deep.
On the other side, you met directly with a very steep ascent to get out, and it is covered in water from all the cars prior, so a little bit slippery, a little bit technical, light work for the LM though.
Bloody mango.
So after making it to the top, I've pulled up, got the cameras ready, and made my way back down because up next we've got the crocodile. Dan hasn't had too much luck with the water crossings this trip,
One and done.
and this is by far the deepest one we're going to have to tackle yet. As I mentioned earlier, this section of track can get a little technical, and having a spotter talk you through on the radio can make all the difference, especially if you find yourself a bit offline like we just saw here. For those who have been following along with the rest of the Cape series, you'll know that before this adventure, Dan had absolutely zero off-road experience. Yet over the course of this trip, he's been thrown straight into the deep end, and without question, this is probably one of the most intense crash course introductions to four-wheel driving anyone could ask for. And I reckon he's done awesome this trip and is more than qualified to wheel the crocodile wherever he wants.
Right in. Yep. Right in.
Yep. Oh, that was close to that rock.
And up there.
Nothing stops the croc, mate.
Now we've decided to leave the crocodile at the river's edge as Alex is up next in the LS, and he's a little worried, being petrol, that he may have issues going through deep water. So a bit of an emergency backup, having Dan there ready to pull him out.
Big LS. Oh.
Ooh, yeah, boy. Bit of right. Yeah, perfect. Yeah! Finally an LS that's not scared of water. Woohoo! Most valuable players. Look here. Number one cameraman's already here. What's taking you lot so long?
It turns out Alex was worried about nothing. The LS didn't skip a beat, so time for us to keep moving. There is a little bit more of the track to deal with. Probably a good half-hour off road before we're back on a main road, but that doesn't mean you can't make mistakes in this last section.
Try and reverse back a little bit.
Someone's going to become a sporting man at this. You're weak, John? Someone else is doing dumb things.
Woohoo! It's not just me! Alright, everyone out of the way. I need to take a sweet photo for him.
Alrighty, pretty basic winch to get him out of that, and the perfect time for me to throw the fuse back
That was fun.
in for my thermo fans.
Add it to the long list of problems.
Time for us to head back out to the open road, and just when I thought we were on schedule, Dan goes and does a tyre.
I'll tell you what, for someone who's never done any off-roading, you've got the full experience this trip. You are now qualified
I think the
to
only
travel
thing
across this continent.
the only thing we haven't got yet is ice. so-
Unsupervised.
Unsupervised, you reckon?
Yeah, you're
I
good
reckon
to go, mate.
100% I'm going to need some supervision.
I think he's good to go. Been leaking the whole time anyway, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have a spare, actually?
Yeah, I do, but I don't really want to use it.
Yeah.
That's my spare.
It's a
I don't want to use that
You don't
one.
bring a spare to use it.
No
We
way.
need it as a spare.
That's right. If we use that, what else are we going to do? We won't have any spares left.
Point safety steps we're taking, boys. Done this on drift cars, so not the first time.
Yeah, the side of the tyre.
Oh, that was close, boys.
Gotcha, you
Hey!
Nearly.
No.
Hey.
Need air compressor.
Oh, I got the tough terrain compressor out, guys. Discount, go, brother. Teamwork!
That's good. We got it.
That was perfect execution.
While we were fixing the tyre, Mac had got up ahead and was waiting at this wicked little flex track to get out. So, the theme of the trip is stick to the main line, and that's what we did. One thing is for sure, the dad bus does not wheel the same with the touring setup on. However, I reckon Macca has it pretty dialed and knows just about where the limits are from this trip. I can tell you for free, when you're in the car, this feels intense. And that right there is why we've always chosen Superior Engineering suspension. It doesn't get much better than that. After driving through some absolutely spectacular landscape, we've been on the road again for around an hour, heading to Archer River for a bit of a camp tonight when disaster strikes.
I just go.
We said it, we're like, just seeing this smoke just go poof. And then the car just goes, ooh.
Crocodiles had done another tyre within the hour.
I reckon they could be related though.
Yeah.
Same one that you had dramas with?
Far from Archer Falls, that was the plan anyway, to go to camp. Tyres let go, so better actually put the spare on this time.
Weighing up whose car's been the most reliable. Technically, we both only had one issue.
Is the guy who had his gearbox pulled apart trying to claim most reliable?
Well, it was only one issue though, wasn't it?
Yeah, one very...
Big, strong, young Aussie lad. Aussie boy! I stopped doing that a long time ago when my back went. It's a slinky tyre!
Did you get it?
It looked so funny.
Plenty of tread on
Oh,
It's harder to put up the empty tyre.
oh, yeah, kinked me neck. Kind of like went up and leaned on it and then collapsed.
See how hungry Felix is.
That's his second one.
First time I've fed him all trip.
How's his little ghetto table?
It's like 8:30, we only just got to camp, but we're having dinner now next to a croc-infested river.
Off the ground, you know, next to the croc-infested river.
I'm sweet, I'll be up there, so at least I get a bird's eye view. See, Brett, I must know you, mate.
You're into the river.
I actually did hear once that they takes you back to their little den, but they make you so you can't move, and then they just come and nibble on you over time.
It's not aliens, Brett.
I heard it on a documentary.